Hello, hello. Just getting the camera set up. Give me a second. Whoops. In about 30 seconds. Hello. Oh, let me put my headphones on so there's no echo. Okay. Hello. How's the audio? Good? Music might be too loud. You guys hear me okay? Thank you for the follow, Ellen. Perfect. Cool. Forgive my hair, just got out the shower. Got a nice pool day in. Pull-ups. Rows. Did some stuff with the kettlebell. It was raining outside, so it was a pretty majestic workout. How you guys doing? Nick's a real one. What's up, man? Should hit that affiliate any day now. Yeah, I think I have to do 2 more streams and we're there. So, exciting stuff. Doing great, bro. How you feeling? Feeling good, man. Feeling good. I want it to rain here. Where are you from? Guys, I had a deep meditative session last night and it was like super refreshing. I tried something a little different, which kind of happened a little bit spontaneously for me. We'll get into that in a little bit. New Mexico? Oh yeah, it don't rain there at all. New Mexico is an interesting place, man. I've been there one time. I actually don't want this to blow up. When there are less people, it feels more homey and cozy. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Although the message is better to be spread amongst more people. So you give and you take. I think we'll still do a good job at maintaining that cozy, homey feeling though. It's raining here too, finna have a hurricane. Where are you from? East Coast? I can only imagine how it must be training at night in the rain. Yeah, it's pretty like, it's just like a raw feeling. It's awesome though. Highly recommend it. That's why I prefer working out at home, because you just get to be like in nature, like in the environment. Very raw feeling. What are you eating? It's black rice, mushrooms, vegetables. Kind of into. It's very good. And bread. Yeah, Alex. You'll find the strength to deal with that addiction through morality. And I think the best place to derive morality is from God. And if you believe in God and you still have the addiction, then your relationship with God, the strength of your faith is not strong enough. So there are certainly ways that you can improve that, and that's through prayer, that's through action, so that you can assure yourself that you are worthy by continuing to make a consistent effort of displaying your will to bear the responsibility of moral behavior. Oh yeah, I don't have TikTok open. Hold on. Here it is. What's up, TikTok? How do we feel? Do you read books? Yes, I do. What do you do for a living? Content. Where are you from? Love your videos. New Jersey. Yeah, of course, man. By the way, Alex, if the likelihood, it's certainly possible, but the likelihood, I don't want to say that actually. So, in the event that after watching a stream, you go ahead and commit the same acts, don't let it discourage you, because oftentimes that type of journey, conquering the demon of lust, is a long and treacherous journey. But you have to strengthen yourself, and you can't just developing that sort of strength doesn't happen overnight often. So if you're not ready for it, it simply won't happen overnight. But don't be discouraged. What camera? It's the Sony a6400. I'm kind of scared to eat this on camera like this. Let me rethink that. Hey brother, how you doing? I'm good, man. How are you? Guys, I want to ask you guys, what is the meaning of life? I want to hear in your own words. Living? How do you know that you're living and not just surviving? What does that mean? Is there certainly a difference? Life is to follow our nature, to fulfill our potential. To serve a purpose. What do you believe your purpose is? We were put on this earth for one reason and one reason only, and that is to worship Allah. My friend, what is the point of your existence? Hard to make the world a better place. Okay, interesting. To worship God through prayer, generosity, kindness, and working hard to make the world a better place. And what does that look like? What are you doing on a day-to-day basis to display that? Praying, meditating, working towards self-actualization in all realms and helping others along the way. That's closer to what I'm trying to get to. Now, I want to ask you, why should other people do that? Why do you do that? Because many people will ask, what is the point of doing that? Because oftentimes, those things are hard. It's not always easy to work towards those things, to reach your full potential in all realms. I mean, that is a very difficult thing to do, so why? Because the alternative is also hard, but doesn't generate a positive output. Better to suffer and grow than suffer and stagnate. Growth is a lot more work than stagnation. Yeah. There's also you don't really truly experience without process. So in the journey of reaching your full potential in mind, body, and spirit, that is a beautiful yet treacherous journey. By no means is it easy. By no means will you not struggle. In fact, most of the time you probably will struggle. Although there will be moments within that where you reflect and say, okay, this is actually worth it. It's a long journey. But it's an experience. So the alternative to not partaking in that experience, that journey of reaching your full potential, what is the alternative? It's like, to people who say, like, why should I struggle? Why should I desire to do hard things? Or not desire, why should I find the will to do hard things to become a better version of myself when I could just not? When I can choose not to? It's like, well, okay. What's up, my man? What if you conclude that good and bad can be the same thing? What exactly do you mean by that? What are you eating? It's black rice, mushrooms, vegetables. Is that caviar? No. No, it's not caviar. That would be a lot of caviar. How do you think we deal with regret and bad decisions? Bad past decisions? Well, it's all part of the process, man. I mean, what do you expect? For everything to go well? For you to never make a mistake? For you to never be embarrassed? For you to never hit a dead end? For unfortunate events to never happen? These unfortunate events and circumstances are the very fruit in which we experience the sweetness of the process. You can't get it anywhere else. I mean, to boil that down to a very base level, you can't experience happiness without also knowing what sadness is. You can't experience success without also experiencing failure. You can't have one without the other, because it's just not possible. So whatever unfortunate thing happened in your past, whether that was a breakup or a bad decision or an embarrassing mistake or a missed opportunity, you have to understand that those learning experiences are exactly what makes the day that you do succeed in whatever it is that you're after worth it. Those events are the very stepping stone that will get you closer to what you desire, closer to your reaching your full potential. Everything beautiful worth pursuing is hard. If it was easy to achieve, it wouldn't be the same. It's like a video game. To achieve great things, you first have to become that person. Yeah, Blukey. Hams, I don't know if that's how you pronounce your name, but HXMS. Kind of said what I was thinking. He said, but the fact that you're here every day shows you're searching for answers and aren't as nihilistic as you think. I wanted to ask, why do you come to the streams if you're so sure about your existence? Your meaningless existence as you see it. What if the mistakes you made are something that you won't ever be able to tell anyone else? What exactly did you do, my friend? It's interesting to observe the ways people behave online. You're not observing, though. You're participating. You can call me Hamza Tyson. Okay. How are you supposed to meditate? I've been wanting to do it, but I'm not sure where to start. The beautiful thing about meditation is that you don't need anything. It's anyone is capable of doing it. What I would recommend is setting an environment in which you can feel most relaxed. Get rid of anything external that may distract you. For me, I turn off the lights. I put the phone away. Put it in another room if possible. And make sure there's no sound other than maybe nature. And I focus on just trying. I don't even try to do anything, but I just feel. And I breathe. I focus on my breathing. I find that if I set my environment and I simply focus on my breathing, and more specifically, what I'll do, right? This is valuable info, because this technique has changed my life. What I'll do is I will breathe in as deep as I possibly can, and out as deep and out as much as I possibly can. So all the way in and all the way out. And I'll do that, say, 20 times. So in once, out once is 1. In, out is 2. I'll do that 20 times. In as deep as I can, out as much as I can. And then once I'm done that, I will do 10 rapid. And then I'll breathe all the way out. And I'll hold my breath as long as I can. And you'll notice you can hold your, yes, Wim Hof. This is actually where I got it from. It's derived from him. You'll notice that you can hold your breath for an extended period of time without even having any oxygen in your lungs. So after a minute or 2 minutes has passed, you won't have taken a breath. And your heart will slow down. Your mind will kind of stop to think. And you reach a place of stillness. Once you can't hold your breath any longer, I want you to take one deep breath in as much as you can and out again. And once you exhale all of your air, you're going to hold your breath again as long as you can. And maybe instead of 1:30, you'll be able to do it for 1:15. Once you run out of breath again, you're going to take one deep breath in and out and do the same thing. This time it'll be a minute, and then it'll be 45 seconds, and then it'll be 30 seconds, and then it'll be 20 seconds. And it'll keep going until you have to just breathe normally. And this whole process will take, 5-7 minutes. And within that 5-7 minutes, you will have breathed maybe 4 times. And at the end of this 5 minutes of breath work, you will have reached a state of stillness and relaxation and clarity that it's like a reset. It's very grounding. My Instagram is Tyson Liberto. It's the same as it is on TikTok. Thank you for the sub, Renee. Absolutely, Alex. So which is this, meditation or breath work? However you want to see it, my friend. You stream on YouTube? I want to watch the live later. Yeah, I do. It'll be up on my Twitch and my YouTube. So why do you drink bottled water? Because it's convenient, to be honest with you. Ideally, you don't drink bottled water. Ideally, you drink just regular filtered water, but yeah, it's I try to get a gallon in every day. How is that more convenient than drinking tap water? Because tap water is not good for you. And if you want to filter a gallon of tap water, it's harder than you think. It's easier to just buy the gallon jug that's already filtered. Bottled water has more microplastics. Yeah, like I said, ideally I don't drink bottled water, but I value drinking a gallon of water a day. And by the way, the studies on that are not super definitive, but I understand your point. I preferably would not drink bottled water. I'd rather just have filtered water from my house and drink a gallon of that. And I've bought like one of them Britas, but it holds, I have to filter through the Brita like 6 times in order to fill a gallon jug. And it's just, it takes forever. It's impractical, so I use a water filter and cooler. Yeah, I would like to, like, I don't know. I've tried a lot of different things. There's just no easy way to properly filter tap water and easily fill a gallon thing of it. It takes forever. Is isolation good if it's the only way you can really feel contentment? People find it odd and indeed say that I need to be by a surround. It's worded, I think, incorrectly, but I think I get what you're saying. Isolation is good, although everything should be in moderation. There's a balance, right? It's actually vital to be to surround yourself with people. Not just anybody, and it doesn't have to be a lot of people. But I mean, it's ingrained in our nature. How long do you want to do content creation? I don't know. I don't really. I wouldn't word it that way. Like, if you're asking me on a deep level, like, what do I want to do? I wouldn't ultimately say content creation. I often say content creation because it's easily understood. But ultimately, I don't view my ultimate goal as creating content. It's something much deeper. And that mission is something I'll pursue, I think, for a lifetime. Alright, Hamza. Have a good night, man. Sleep well. What is this chat? I don't know, to be honest with you. Oh, it's from Twitch. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube as well. What do you mean by that, Blue Key? How do I absorb your personality? What do you mean by absorb? I'm doing good, Sam. How are you doing? How do I embody you? Why would you want to do that? Because I envy you. It's hard to make judgment through a screen, but I feel like I see right through what your intentions are by asking these questions. No, I'm just being honest. This is me being transparent. Well, what I would honestly respond to that is you should not want to embody who I am. I think embody is the wrong word. Perhaps you can be inspired. Can you see the chat on here? Yes, I can. What do you think my intention is? I think you possibly are being insincere. Just based off your prior questions and answers. This is the most sincere I've been yet. Okay. I'll ask, what do you see in me that you envy? Why are you sad? I'm not. What kind of music do you listen to? I listen to a lot. I listen to electronic. Mainly, I listen to electronic. I really don't like myself, and I'm very envious of how comfortable and at ease you seem to be with yourself and your identity, and how you're so high functioning and doing well in spite of having been through such tragedy. Also, you're a genetic lottery winner. Well, I appreciate your honesty and vulnerability in saying that, but I think in order to So you said, I'm envious of how comfortable and at ease you seem to be with yourself and your identity. So I think if you don't feel that way yourself, there's something within you deep down that is causing you some sort of insecurity or discomfort or uncertainty or something related. So you have to ask yourself these questions. You have to, I believe it's best to be done through meditation. At least that's how I've done it. Yeah, I mean, look, we feel certain ways, we think certain things, we do certain things, and it's all for a reason. I've taken the time to isolate my mind to figure out those reasons. So I'm confident in the way I act. I understand why I feel what I feel, for the most part. Although you do get to a point, like when you get to the deepest level of that, you reach a point where it is indescribable, and all you have left to do is feel. But that feeling is pure, and it's familiar, and it feels right. I often feel very envious of other people and inferior, which has made me a very spiteful person. It's an interesting thing. I mean, there's deep levels to that, but I think probably at the very base level, have you ever felt anything of the sort? Have I been envious of other people? Yeah, probably. I'm not sure I ever felt inferior. In what way? I can't recall exactly. To be completely honest with you, feeling inferior to other people hasn't really been a struggle of mine. At least not big enough for me to recall at this moment. But I think that's because I've had a natural inclination to look within myself for what I'm searching for. So if I've been inspired. The reason I said I don't think you should want to embody me. I think that's a little bit extreme, but I think that you should be inspired by others. I certainly have been inspired by others. I haven't necessarily wanted to entirely embody somebody though, because I understand that I think the beauty within us ultimately has the same origin, but I think we as individuals express that in different ways. So I believe that you, Bluky, you have a uniqueness to you. You have a way of expressing that beauty which we all stem from, that is different. And I've seen that in myself. And by wanting to embody someone, to me, that says that you're disregarding that part of you, that uniqueness in you, that special thing deep within you that maybe is even indescribable, but it is certainly there. You're disregarding that, which I don't think is smart or wise. I don't really believe that I have anything like that. Well, thank you for being honest, but just because you don't believe right now doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And all I ask is that you keep an open mind to that. Because, look, as someone who, I didn't believe in God my entire life. For most of my life, I didn't. So I know what it's like to be on both ends. And when I was an atheist, there was no string of words that you can put together in the English language that would have convinced me when I was an atheist. It was very much a deep personal experience that took course over an extended period of time that was awfully complex, and I even struggle to this day to explain in words. That had to take place in order for me to transition from being an atheist to a full believer in God. And to get to a point where now my priority in life is to develop that relationship and strengthen my faith in God. So I don't expect you to throw your arms up in the air and say, "Oh, thank you for making that clear to me," because I don't think it's as simple as that. I think that you're in a place right now where your perspective is vastly different from mine. All I ask is that you sincerely try to seek truth and try not to limit yourself from try not to limit yourself from seeing things as seeing your personal experiences as they truly are. You have this way of making complex things sound so unrealistically simple. It's interesting you said that, because I actually don't disagree with you. It's difficult to grab onto what you're trying to say. Yeah, I think that's because we often program ourselves to try and overcomplicate simple matters. What I've learned, and I've been through that phase, I've tried to... It's okay to not have I don't have an explanation for everything. But I find that the things that I understand the most, I have to use fewer words to describe. If that makes sense. Tyson, love your content, bro. Want to ask on how to deal with self-doubt and overthinking. I keep second thinking everything I do. Any tips? Yeah, self-doubt. Self-doubt and overthinking. Two separate issues, but self-doubt I think stems from I view our existence I view our existence in terms of we exist within the spiritual war, so there's good and there's evil. I think things that stray us away from our path of reaching our full potential in mind, body, and spirit are rooted in evil. So that comes from self-doubt, that's overthinking, and things related. Now, the thoughts that come to mind that bring that self-doubt to life doesn't really matter. What you should know and be confident in is that it does stem from evil, and it is evil's attempt at straying you away from your path. It does this through deception, temptation, manipulation, to make you lose belief in your capability, to make you lose faith in what your true purpose is here on earth. Thank you, Queen, for the follow. So I don't think there's anything actually wrong with you. Like, you might be viewing your self-doubt and overthinking as your own. I don't view it that way. I view it as an attempt by the external force of evil to stray you away from your path. And I believe that the fighter within you will not allow defeat to be an outcome in that regard. But you have to be aware of where it stems from. What is the source of this evil? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. What God do you believe in? I'm not sure what you mean by that question. What do you mean, what God? When you talk about evil, what do you mean by it in practice? Well, let me ask you this question. Do you believe that evil exists in this world? And can you give me examples of it? Are you Christian? Maybe. But I think by me responding maybe means no at the moment. But that may change. I don't at the moment consider myself as religious. I certainly believe in God, though. I don't have an answer to that. So you're agnostic? No. That's not what agnostic means. I wouldn't really classify myself as anything. I've just recognized what my origin is. I thought agnostic meant a person who claims neither faith or disbelief in God. Yeah. I appreciate it so much, man. I will strive to become better and will do my best to become a better Muslim, believing in one God and becoming a better person. What age did you notice you're starting to mature? Well, at a faster rate than other people my age, I assume you mean, probably I mean, I've always hung out with an older crowd. I always hung out with people older than me. I always spoke different than people my age, but I would say it really became prevalent when I was about 19 years old. Maybe even 20. What is your opinion on using marijuana in order to alter your mind during meditation or introspection? I don't think you should. It's not a natural state. What makes it not natural? Because you're using something a substance outside of yourself that to alter your natural state of mind. Bluky is out to get you, man. No, I appreciate his questions. It makes it an interesting conversation. How can I ask for forgiveness to people while hating to admit my wrong? I constantly avoid or abandon people if I do something wrong towards them. It's not that I do not notice. It's just that I feel so odd sorry for my English. Can I ask for forgiveness to people? Okay. It's just that I feel okay. I understand. You're defending something about your ego. So you have to identify what aspect of your ego are you trying to defend by not wanting to admit your wrongdoing to those people. And it may even be people that you love and care for, but your ego is making an effort to defend itself so much that you're still willing to abandon them. So you have to ask yourself what that is. What part of yourself are you trying to defend? Do you think how we can deal with anger? How do you think we can deal with anger? Well, first step would be identifying where it comes from. Look at what triggers it. And like something I usually do is I ask why. And usually when I ask why about like 5 times, I'll get to the root cause. So anytime you find yourself becoming angry in a moment you're not entirely sure why, or you feel is unjustifiable, you should ask yourself why, and then ask yourself why, and then ask yourself why. And oftentimes you'll get to the root of it, and you have to address that. I'm not sure what that is for you. Mind if you show us the cat? I don't know where it went. There it is. Your name's Suki. She'll come up eventually. How's rushing going, Tyson? It's going good. It's going good. Still hard. What's your question, Blukey? How do you separate ego from confidence? I think people get mixed with self-confidence and egotistical. Yeah, I agree. I think egotistical comes when you make an effort at making your confidence known in your identity, whether that be through body language or verbal communication. The point is, your intention is to make other people know about it and to defend it when others question it. Whereas confidence doesn't necessarily need to be intentionally communicated, verbal or nonverbal. It's more so a feeling within yourself that carries throughout your actions. Have you ever watched Insidious? Yes, I have. What's your biggest insecurity about your physical appearance and or body? I would say I have what's called pectus excavatum. It's not severe. It's more mild, but it's basically your chest has like an indent in it. So I feel self-conscious about that. It's what sparked my interest in lifting weights. I'll say that. So I wanted to put on muscle. But that's probably my biggest insecurity. Mostly because you can't really fix it. I mean, unless you do surgery. But again, it's mild. It doesn't affect me in any like life-changing way. Like some people have it so severe that they can't breathe or like do any sports, or it's impacting heart functionality. But mine's not that bad, so surgery doesn't really make sense for me. But yeah, I get self-conscious about my weight. Like I'm skinny. Like, I have good muscle, but I'm still skinny. I want to put on weight, so there's that. That's about it. Tyson, do you have any advice for men that are dealing with depression and loneliness? Because from statistics, men tend to struggle with that. Yeah, it's a hard topic to try and tackle without any, like, without someone in front of me. But personally, what I would say from personal experience is you have to identify what you're missing. Most times that's a sense of purpose. It's a lack of confidence. It's self-doubt. You have to ask yourself these questions, like, what am I missing? What is causing this state of existence? This state of mind, you know? It's not normal. So you have to identify, like, what is wrong. What is wrong? What's up, Slayer? What's going on, my man? I'm doing good, man. How's your week going so far? Do you do looks maxing? No. No, I don't. Yeah, I remember you, Slayer. Of course I do. I remember this too shall pass. Nothing is permanent. That is true. You don't mute? No. It is over. Thank you, and I am doing good, by the way. I was just curious about his thoughts because he is a wise individual, and I like to listen to other perspectives. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I see myself helping others in this industry stay grounded in the hectic and chaotic life that it brings. And this song is I'm God by Clams Casino. You have tattoos? No, I don't. How do you feel comfortable to be alone? Well, being alone and feeling and being lonely are two different things. But in this stage of my life, I think it's important that I've done a lot of, like, my life has been so chaotic and tragic over the last 15 years that I found that in my early 20s I've had to ask myself a lot of questions, and in order to focus on doing that, to discover, to get those answers, you know, it's good to isolate yourself to an extent. But I mean, there's stages in life. What about marriage, kids, family? Yeah, I plan to be married. I want a lot of kids. I want 5 kids. I want a lot of kids. And I look forward to that day. Where are you from? I'm from New Jersey. Have you ever experienced anxiety? And if you did, how did you deal with it? Yes, I did, and I dealt with it by isolating myself. I got rid of all external factors, focused on just looking within myself, and I found my answers. Yugoslavsky groove, yeah. How can you learn to stop talking so much? You have to be self-aware and recognize when you're talking too much. Do you have ADHD? I have ADD. So I don't have the hyper part of it. As you can probably tell. People with ADHD often can't sit still, or they're like bouncing around all the time, going from one thing to one thing. Whereas I can sit still, I'm not. A lot of people with ADHD are also like very talkative. I'm not. But I'm very reserved. I don't move a lot. I'm very like calmed and laid back. But my actual thought process often was hindered due to just lack of focus. Name of the playlist? I don't know if there's a name to it. Yeah, it's just a YouTube playlist. It's not, there's no name to it. Like how if you click on one song and it'll say like, it'll give you a playlist of like recommended songs. What's up, The Dark Knight? What brought you to God? It's a good question. I want to think about this for a second. Ultimately, what it was is I learned how to feel what was true. When you get rid of all distractions, when you get rid of everything that is outside of yourself, and you isolate your mind, and you just feel what is there, what is left, you reach this state that is familiar. You reach a state that is grounded and yeah, it's familiar. It feels like home. Although you may never have confronted it in the past. And I got to know this feeling really well. And I questioned a lot where its origin, this feeling, this state of existence that felt so familiar. It only made sense that it came from something bigger than me. An energy, a force that is greater than us. I have too many intrusive thoughts to be able to do that. Well, it's a process, man. It's not like I was able to just, first day, like, just be able to just dive deep into this state of mind. It took course over years and years of trial and error and experimentation and trying different methods and different environments. It's very much it's a long journey. How do you learn self-control? In what regard? Like refusing temptation? I'll just assume that's what you mean. Yeah, for me, I mean, it's identifying the root of it. So temptation is rooted in evil, and its intention is to stray you away from your path of fulfilling your true potential. So you have a choice, and the choice is yours. It always is. That will never change. You can choose to fall into temptation and allow evil to get a direct win over you. Look, here's the two things, right? There's good and there's evil. Evil offers you instant gratification. And that's tempting, right? That's temptation. And the reason that is so enticing is because it offers us a sense of relief. It alleviates us from some pressure or anxiety or discomfort or whatever that is. It allows you to get away from that. Temporarily. And rather quickly. But it is a detriment to you in the long run. Or there is good, which gives you fulfillment and purpose and passion and creativity and longevity and love and all of these wonderful things. But you have to endure the struggle of today. And that entails a long journey, which I describe as beautifully treacherous. So they're polar opposites of each other. If you hate today, alright, Blue Key. If you hate today, What makes you think that you won't hate forever? If you don't choose to do something different. Why does evil exist? Well, what's the alternative? It's the same thing, like you can't have happiness without also knowing what sadness is. You can't have success without failure. You can't have good without evil, vice versa. And within those two playing fields, you have experience and process. So it's really the only way for there to be an experience to be lived. For there to be good and evil. Otherwise, there's no experience to be had. There's no process, there is no journey, there is no choice. Good and evil, good and bad, however you want to put it. If there's no right and wrong, there is no choice to be made. Feels like I'm stuck in one place, I don't know where to start. Well, in order to find direction, my friend, you have to do your best to identify somewhat of a destination. You don't have to know exactly what that looks like, and the destination may change a little bit along the way. But you have to, like, in order to derive direction, you have to point out a destination. Otherwise, you have no idea of what's up, what's down, what's right, and what's left. So identify what you're after. If you ask me, what you're after is to reach your full potential in mind, body, and spirit. And the great news is there's things that you can do on a daily basis in order to get yourself closer to that. And that's meditation, that's prayer, that's eating healthy foods, that's working out, exercise. And I believe in that process. Hold on, I gotta change my battery for the cam. Thank you, Uncle Tyson. Alright. Bye, Tyson. I'm going to church right now, so I'll see you later this week. See you later, man. Thanks for stopping in. Have you seen The Sopranos? No, I haven't. One of my friends watches it, though. Tyson, what is your take on the look good, feel good mentality? Yeah, I think it's... I agree. You know, you should take care of yourself, you should present yourself well, you should carry yourself well. You should watch it. Do you like the arts? Yeah. How to make people respect you from your point of view. I think when you approach things with honesty while also delivering your message with conviction, people respect that. If people sense that you're trying too hard to unjustifiably defend a weak point just to defend your ego. People sense that. Even if it's just on a subconscious level. So, you should be confident in your point of view. And that confidence should be derived from experience. You should know your point of view well, firstly. You should express it honestly while also maintaining conviction in the deliverance of your message. Do you receive hate on your vids? No. Not really. I think in all of my videos I've gotten like 2 hate comments or 3 hate comments. I love your videos. I'm glad that my videos resonate with you. I appreciate the gifts. How do you deal with people who think their way is the only right and only way? My answer to that kind of depends on how they express that. If someone's just disregarding your points altogether and is quite obviously just closed-minded and has no interest in hearing your perspective simply because they don't believe it to be true, then I view that as immature. Do you think it could be not so good for a person to never receive any criticism or pushback? Certainly. It's important to be challenged on your beliefs. I think it's vital. What do you think makes someone's presence noticeable without verbal communication? Demeanor, certainly. Demeanor, pace, body language, the look in their eyes. All these are very subtle things that humans have adapted really well at picking up on. I also think people can feel energy. How do you feel about nihilism? I don't agree with it. What do you think about nihilism? Have you actually read any nihilist philosophy? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I've studied it in depth, but I mean, who are you referring to? Nietzsche? What do you think about people's thoughts? That's an interesting question. What do you mean by that? Yeah, but Nietzsche isn't even a nihilist. Come on. Here's the cat. Blukey, do you know what Ubermensch is? What do you think of it? How do you feel about people who tear others down because they hate themselves? Negatively. I mean, do you care about their thoughts, and do you think they act according to their own beliefs? It's a weird question, I have to be honest. You haven't studied I mean, that's the core basis of his philosophy. I think your cat saw something spooky. She's a skits. Opinion on Robert Greene. I think his work is really good, really beneficial. I like his book Mastery. It's done me some good. I recommend that. I read 48 Laws of Power. I don't believe it's like I don't praise the book as much as others do. I don't think it's like this. I prefer Mastery by him over 48 Laws of Power. I think it's more beneficial to the general person. How to deal with addictions. This is killing me, bro. Well, the root of your addiction, I haven't thought about this super deeply, but I would imagine the root of your addiction is a desire for a more comfortable state than how you feel when you're not using whatever substance you're addicted to. So what about your natural state causes you the discomfort you're running from? What's your favorite art medium? I would say probably music. Yeah, I would say music for sure. I think self-help literature is pretty overrated. I actually don't entirely disagree with that statement. Because I think I fully believe that the answers that anybody is looking for when it comes to dealing with their reconciling their problems can be found within. And that's done through meditation. Meditation's a core thing of what I do. It's a core method that I've used to improve myself, to get from where I started to where I am now. What's your opinion on music? I think it's good. I think that music is... I think we have a deeply intimate relationship with music. I think it's something that is very complementary to us as humans. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think that it's... I'm not sure I can say much more than that. I think much of the experience that you get with music is through feeling. And I think, at least in my personal experience, what I felt through music has been on such a deep level, I'm not sure I could really do it justice by explaining it in the English language. Do you know how to draw? I know how to draw, I don't know how to draw well. What's your opinion on having opinions? Is it really necessary to always have an opinion on everything in today's age? I don't... No, I don't. I mean, I think that we probably I think we probably derive like subconscious opinions derived from experience. But I don't necessarily think that it's necessary to vocalize them in every case. I mean, some things are just... Some things just are. Do you think dating in high school is a bad idea? No, not necessarily. Why tire oneself with opinions not needed? Yeah, I agree. Can you recommend a book or a movie that changed your perspective on things in life? I'd rather answer that question by replacing books and movies. Music changed my life. Music changed my life. Song I'm God by Clams Casino. There's a song by Aphex Twins called Is Us that changed my life. Moment by the Air Cloud changed my life. Snowfall by One Heart changed my life. What about albums? There's an album by Clams Casino called Instrumental Relics. That changed my life. I think that's the most influential album for me. Instrumental Relics by Clams Casino. Yeah, I have Blue Key. Are you a Clams fan? Oh, it's Aphex Twins? Or Aphex Twin? No, then. I don't believe so, at least. At least not in its entirety. They're widely regarded as some of the most influential, innovative electronic and ambient albums of all time. I don't doubt it. He's his sound is very just raw feeling. I get the same feeling from Clams. It's just raw, it's real, it's there's texture, there's like I don't get a similar feeling from any other type of music. There's like a grit almost to it. Or like grain. How do you earn respect? I would say through action. Through admirable action. Through respectable action. I took your advice on not oversharing plans and it really helped. I'm much more at peace. Making myself proud, not them. Yeah, I think more problems than we realize stem from talking too much. I think we all should just talk less. Yeah, Blue Key. Yeah, I think we should all talk less. Feel more. Feelings are real. Also, when you overshare, you oftentimes water down the significance of what you're speaking of. And if that's a dream or an ambition, I mean, that's a terrible thing to do, to water down your dreams and aspirations. Oftentimes it results in you losing the passion or drive or intimacy with that thing, and so you never end up pursuing it. Yeah, man, it's not a matter of how to stop. It's a matter of will. It's a matter of choice. Like, it's a hard choice, but I mean, because we're that type of thing hacks our biology. It's hard to resist. It's available at any time of the day, anywhere, as long as you have service. So it's difficult, I understand, but it is ultimately a matter of choice. Are you Christian? Again, I don't. I'm not sure. Have you read the Bible in its entirety? No, I haven't. Which I regret to admit, if I'm being honest, but it is something I want to become more knowledgeable in Scripture, and then I feel like I'll be confident in saying if I'm Christian or not. What do you think about religion? I think it oftentimes causes, if you have someone who is Christian and someone who is Muslim, oftentimes these two people will focus more on their differences in religion rather than their similarity in the belief in God. And I think that that's an unfortunate thing. How can we establish trust and build closer connections with people when we speak less or choose not to share? Most of what builds trust will be done through action anyways. As long as you're sincere, you are fair, trust will be built as a byproduct of that. Can you see TikTok chat? Yes, I can. Chat, do I bake cookies tonight? I might bake Halloween cookies tonight. Ooh, that sounds good. Fave cookie flavor or recipe? You know those Halloween, like the pumpkin cookies, the Pillsbury ones with the Halloween little face on them? But Halloween is a month away? I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. As soon as September 1st hits, I'm in the fall state of mind. Tyson M15, how do I deal with bullying at school? Blukey had a good suggestion. Make it known to your parents if you haven't already. May I ask what they're doing to bully you? What do they say? What do they do? The pumpkin sugar ones? Yeah. Yeah. You are from which country? I'm from the US. United States of America. USA. How do you guys feel about America? Even if you're from America, what do you guys believe? What do you guys think of America? Americans? You hate America? You hate America? Beer. Cool country. Okay. Thanks for the roses. Blukey, are you from America? I forget if you said. They always threaten me about beating me up. Where are you hanging out in America? Where are you going? Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Do you think America is a safe place to travel to? Yeah. I mean, it just depends. Don't go to, like, Philadelphia or Camden, New Jersey, or the Bronx, or If you go to like O Block, baby. Yeah, don't go to O Block. Do not go to O Block. Then it's not safe. But I mean, yeah, most of America is very safe. Yeah, you Blukey, where are you from? Go to Sherrock. Very beautiful waterfalls and scenery. Europe? Okay. Eastern, I feel like you're Eastern European. Nordic? Interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that, to be honest with you. Why is it good to talk less? Well, a natural result of you talking less is that your words carry more value. Like, if you don't talk much, when you do speak, it'll mean that much more. Rather than if you talk a lot. So if you're someone who is very reserved and observant and calculated and doesn't speak much, when you do speak, people will be sure to listen. It's just a natural result of that. It's just a fact. So if you want people to take you more seriously, you should just talk less. You always say the truth. Where do you learn that from? I try my best. But I learn from 95% of what I say is through self-reflection and meditation. I have uni tomorrow and I can't sleep. Well, take melatonin. I've got uni tomorrow. Uni. I've got uni tomorrow. Which city are you from? Transylvania. Is Kazakhstan the only other country you've been to outside of the US? No, I've been to Italy, the UAE, Poland, Caribbean. That's it. Which one was your favorite? USA. I've never traveled solo. It's an interesting experience. It's certainly an interesting experience. If you've never done it before, it's a bit stressful too. But I think it's something everyone should experience. Well, maybe not everyone, but I learned a lot, I'll say that. I learned a lot. I have a newfound perspective on life. Being from America, we naturally have a hard time believing that there's other parts of the world. So going out and exploring it on my own certainly opened my mind and made me realize how big the world actually is, how many diverse cultures there are, how many languages there are, different ways of living. What do you think about getting a part-time job still in school? I think it's a good idea if you want to fund. I think it's a good idea. It'll teach you time management. It'll teach you a very, very, very basic level of discipline. It'll also open up some opportunities for you to fund your own personal ventures or whatever you're into. Good night from Nigeria. Good night. Bum 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 bing 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 bing. Luki, what do you think of Jordan Peterson? If you've watched him, I don't know. He's a quack and a pathetic soy beta? Damn. I saw someone with the Jordan Peterson profile picture, it's why I asked. Why do you think that? Or are you just joking? Do you believe that tomorrow is not guaranteed? Yes, I do. Yeah, nothing, I don't think any amount of time on this earth is guaranteed. Which is why it's so beautiful and why we should cherish it. How do you stream through places? Magic. I have connects. I have connections. It's something only I can do, but now there's a setting in Twitch. It's like you have to upgrade to like a membership or something, and it automatic, or no, not Twitch, Streamlabs. Sorry, on Streamlabs, it'll allow you to stream in multiple places at once. What if people cherish life with alcohol and drugs and say you only live once? Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. But I also don't think that's cherishing life. I think that's stupidly taking it for granted.
I'm gonna tell you something that I've never told anyone before. Okay? I'm a serial killer.
Should I not show my silly, funny side so they can take me seriously? No, I don't think, they don't equate to the same thing. Like, by you showing your funny side doesn't necessarily mean people won't take you seriously as a result of that. Actually, I think if you can be taken seriously while also showing your funny side, it's more respectable. It's more unique. I used to think my life was a tragedy, now it's a comedy. Well, we like similar music, Bluky. What kind of connection do you have with music? How would you describe yourself to people? I would say sincere. It goes very deep, I can't describe it. I would agree. I would agree. Why do you think that is? What are your thoughts about Prime the drink? I have no idea. I have no idea. I think you should probably just drink water. Or tea or coffee. Book recommendations. It depends what you're looking for. What do you want? Like, why are you reading? What do you think about guns in the US? I'm for them. I have my firearms purchaser ID. I have a permit to carry. I think guns are cool. Music is such a uniquely subjective medium. It is indeed. It is indeed. When something touches you in a way, or resonates with you in a way that is so deep that you can't even describe it, it's indescribable. It's like something that is so soul-touching, but even not, like, yeah, you can't even put it into words. Like, why do you think that is? What do you think that is? That's a pretty significant thing for art to be. And oftentimes it's like the simplest, like that Aphex Twin song, Is Us. It's such a simple song, but it touches me in a way, it resonates with me in a way that is so deep and like grounding and like otherworldly that I can't describe. I can't accurately put it into words. But it's so simple. It's so like, it's just, it's weird. It's a weird thing. Like, why do you think something so simple and for no particular reason touches us in a way that is so deep? Stop making that big face. Pretty sure that was his little brother or like cousin or something, right? And he wanted to like sample his voice, but he wouldn't do it, so he started making faces at him. Did Jesus create his mother? No. Do you have a public music playlist? I think so. I'd look on my YouTube. I'm not sure. It's not. I don't listen to it though. If it's there, it's there because it's been there for a while. No, I don't, Blukey. I used to listen to, what's her name now? That girl, that girl. I feel like you're probably know who I'm talking about though. She made, hold on. I don't even know what to look up. I'm not sure. I actually forget where she's from, too. What do you think about abortion? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. Yeah, I'm not for it. Can you see all 3 comment sections? I can see... I don't think I can see YouTube. So I probably should bring that up. So I probably should bring... Alright. Alright, now we have all 3 comments up, comment sections up. Or chats. Which one is best to use if you want a response? Well, now it's any of them, but probably Twitch. What sports are you into or willing to try later? I used to wrestle. I used to play baseball. I used to play soccer. Tried basketball, wasn't very good at it. Still not. Although my shot is clean. My shot is clean. But I would like to try, I would like to get more into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or just any martial art for that matter. What do you think is the best way to gain weight? Eat more. Look, I struggle with the same thing. I've been trying to gain weight for a long time. At the end of the day, it's a matter of eating more. I would say eat more nutritiously dense foods. Eat whole foods. Non-processed foods. Eat a lot of it. As much as you possibly can. I've been able to gain weight like a little bit over the course of like a few years. Been able to put on like a good 20 something pounds of muscle. I should be way more, but how much do I weigh? 130 pounds. Does peanut butter work? I mean, anything works, my man. You just have to get the calories in. Can I ask, how old are you? I'm 23. You have a set schedule for your live? Yeah, every day except Tuesday and Thursday at 6 o'clock. How long I stream is usually kind of depends on the day. What do you think about the infamous winter arc? Naturally, I fall into a winter arc. I don't know why, but it tends to be the case that during winter time, I am more focused. I'm more disciplined. I talk less. I do more. It seems like every winter I reach like a new level. I enter a new chapter of my life. I discover who I am further. I don't know why that is. I think the cold weather has something to do with it. "58 kg is way later than I would have expected." Yeah, a lot of people say that I look like 140, 150, but I also wear like oversized clothing a lot. How tall are you? I'm 5'10". Bro, give me some ways. How can I discover my passion? Well, you can be passionate about many, many things. What I think you should focus on is reaching your full potential in mind, body, and spirit. You can do that through meditation, through prayer, through working out, through having a healthy diet and exercising, and being active. And in your free time, you should make it an effort to try as many things as you can through that process, and I think you'll end up in a pretty good place. I'm trying to cut down, but I'm skinny, but I want a flat stomach. Is that bad? I would focus on maybe just adding more muscle mass and then doing a cut. Or maybe bulk up 30 pounds and then do a cut. Have you ever questioned your sexuality? No, I haven't. You should post workout videos. I will do more of them. It's kind of hard because I work out my backyard, so it's hard to kind of get a setup going. But thoughts on friends? How to find people that are in alignment with your goals, not pulling you down. You will naturally find people who align with your goals as you travel down your path, right? So if you're fully committed to reaching your full potential in mind, body, and spirit, you will naturally gravitate towards people or find and discover people who are also on that path. Because once you get far enough down, so like there's like stages to it, right? When you begin the path, you feel lonely because this is a path that many people don't want to walk down because there is struggle that is involved in it, and that's uncomfortable, and people don't want to feel discomfort. So in the beginning phase, you'll oftentimes lose friends. Then in the middle phase, you experience a sense of loneliness, and then towards the end, you find your people. So if you just have faith in the process, you'll find people who naturally align with you. I want to be lean so I can lean bulk and reduce the amount of fat I put on during a bulk. Well, just eat lean foods. Stay away from fats and carbs. And, eat meat. Lean meat. Vegetables, fruit, nuts. How tall are you? I'm 5'10". How many hours do you sleep? 8. What are you passionate about? becoming better, being authentic, being sincere, experiencing deep feelings. Are you still learning Russian? Yeah. Yeah, it's still difficult. But what's the purpose of life? To reach your full potential in mind, body, and spirit. What's the best age for being in a serious and successful relationship? There's no perfect age. It's more so what stage of life are you in. What's up, Arts? What's your study process? Typically, I study for about an hour at a time. Sometimes, if I'm really deep into it, I can study up to... Well, there's really no limit. But typically, I'll study for about an hour, take a little break, study for an hour, take a little break. I also do it in a pragmatic manner, so I break it down. So, like, if you wanted to get better at understanding, like, geographical locations around the world, you could say, like, okay, first I want to learn, like, start from the very basic level. Start with the hemispheres, then go to continents, then go to countries, and you can go to cities, and you can go to significant landmarks within these cities, and like you break it down step by step, like section by section, and as you dive deeper, as you progress, you dive deeper, and you obtain a deeper understanding of whatever it is you're studying. Hey there, appreciate the content. Just wanted to know, what books do you recommend? Books that helped you in some way to start the journey? Mastery by Robert Greene and Liminal Dreaming. How can you be smarter with your money? Again, it's not really a matter of, I mean, you can do things like invest. You should set a budget. You should understand how much money is coming in. You should understand how much money you can afford to put out and where you're putting it. And then with the remainder, you should invest. Invest it into an index fund, preferably the S&P 500. Or if you have enough, you can do real estate, although I think S&P 500 is a better place to start. Like, systemize it and understand it. A lot of people just kind of create a loose budget in their head and then end up spending more than they should. Do you invest in crypto? I used to. I will in the future. What's your study? Marketing. Do you play chess? A little bit. I dabble in chess. I'm 2800 rated. That's a lie. I'm not 2800 rated. How would you describe yourself in one word? Sincere. For Russian, I use an app called Preply. I have a tutor. What do you look for in a girl? It's a good question. I haven't thought about it, but I would say authenticity. I think that they should probably be comfortable in their own identity. Is it like a virtual meeting with the tutor or just a VA where you ask questions? No, it's a virtual meeting. We meet for an hour, 1-to-1. What got you into fitness? Honestly speaking, it was an insecurity of being skinny. Ironically, I'm still skinny, but it's evolved into something deeper than that now. Do things always happen for a reason? Is it always for the best? Yes. Do you go to therapy? No. How much do you pay them, or is it free? It certainly isn't free, but I pay them $15 an hour. Thank you for the follow. Alright guys, I'm probably gonna hop off. If you haven't followed me, so you can get updated when I go live next. I enjoy the deep talks, it's always a pleasure. Yeah, today's kind of dry. Yeah, it happens. But we'll be back on Friday, same time. If you have any interest, join the Discord community. We can continue our conversations there. Feel free to ask me any questions. It's in my Twitch bio or my Instagram bio or TikTok bio, wherever you're watching this from. And yeah, it's been real. But I'm gonna go. Honestly, I really want to bake some cookies right now. So I'm gonna go get those. But yeah, so everyone say bye to Suki. She's right there. Are the AirPod Maxes worth buying? Yeah, if you have the money, if you can afford it. And okay, peace. Enjoy your cookies. Will do. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, next stream probably will have a special guest on. By special guest, I mean my brother, my best friend. I think some of you guys may be familiar with who he is, but you'll be able to ask him questions, get to know us on a deeper level, ask us more personal questions. And yeah, so look forward to that. Alright, I'll see you guys on Friday. Everyone have a good night or morning or day, whatever it is for you. God bless, thanks be to God. And yeah, I believe in you. Keep going.